Was just curious if you guys ever thought about selling that land you had out there.
I wouldn't usually go straight into asking if they want to sell their land, but whatever.
Some real estate guy, I mean, they get your number from somewhere. I don't even know him. Good morning, this is Alex from Rich Red Real Estate. How are you today?
These sorts of calls are actually really important because...
Fred, this is Jordan. You're probably going to hate me because this is a cold call, so would you like to hang up now and fire me?
I like this. I always go on about an icebreaker on a cold call. Other effective icebreakers that I like to use is... So you've mastered the market, but now you want to start winning for yourself. I'm Daniel Lee. Some know me as real estate's funny guy, but in the Get Keen podcast, we get down to business and explore what gets people really keen, how to get the most out of your real estate career, how to build a successful business and live the best life for yourself and your family. We'll uncover how to be hugely successful in real estate, setting you up to get keen and make the next big move in your life. Welcome to Get Keen. We got a bit of a special episode outside the box today, which is what I love, living outside the box. But my podcast team, who are a creative crew they are, they've told me that they would love to see my reactions to certain business and real estate related content. So I'm going to watch this content and give you my personal reaction. What do you think? Let's go. The first one on the chopping block. Here we go. Oh, it's from Andy Elliott. This guy's a savage.
This is Brian speaking. How can I help you today?
Brian, I was calling to get some information on a vehicle I saw on the website.
Sure, what vehicle is it?
2021 Chevy Colorado. Come on, Brian, get my name. For the love of Jesus.
Yes, I have that one, so here.
Okay, good. What is your best price?
Yeah, pretty much our online prices are pretty much the bottom number for those units.
Okay, so are you saying I can't get a better deal?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Firstly, I'm not a car salesman, but I've done a lot of sales. And in sales, it's the same thing. Tonality, energy on the phone of that salesman on the other end of the phone, terrible. Sounds like he hates his job. He doesn't even want to sell the car. So straight off the bat, that guy on the other end needs to improve the tonality on his phone if he wants to do better in sales.
It's a flat deal.
Okay, all right, well, I'll keep looking around. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, let me ask you a question real quick.
Second thing I'll point out right there, and he's probably about to say it, is that the guy didn't even ask for his details, didn't see what sort of price range he was looking at, didn't expand on the conversation to find out as much information about the customer as possible. And secondly, I would be trying to get that customer into the shop to meet with me in person. If I was a car salesman, I'm guessing that's probably the best thing that they need to do is actually show the vehicles, get them in the car, get them driving, talking about it, and then they'll make the sale.
Listen, this is why companies are leaving millions of dollars per month on the table. You should say, hey, listen, I totally understand. Look, let me explain how our dealership operates. We're a little bit different. What we've learned is that our customers like to get the best price up front. Here's what I'll tell you. You come in, touch it, feel it, smell it, make sure you love it, and I'll sit down with you and we'll figure out a deal we can put together. I've never missed someone over price. Look, we're not a museum. We don't buy these to keep them, we buy them to sell them. What happened to sales?
That he pretty much said what I was saying. You know, he had a great script there to counter what the customer would be saying and get them into the store so that he could actually build a genuine relationship with the customer, get over those objections and get a sale. It's true. Most salespeople they have no salesmanship. Their tone, their delivery, their script, their objection handling, in so many cases just suck. And really it comes down to practice. That wasn't exactly a real estate related piece of content, but it's still sales and it's still related to how you should speak to customers over the phone, potential customers, and expanding on conversations, asking more questions, and building a relationship with the client. Super important. So that was a great video. I like that one. Let's see the second one.
Hello, this is Alex from Science. I am the assistant of Sean Oram. He's in sales development here at Science, and he asked me to reach out to you. How's your day going so far?
It's going pretty good. Hey, Alex, I'm a little busy right now.
I totally understand, Nathan. Can I just ask one quick question before you go?
This is AI.
Sure.
Okay. Let me tell you a bit of a secret. I'm the AI assistant for Sean. So I'm not a real human, but an AI assisting him to reach his call quota every day. Anyways, Sean identified your company as a great candidate for science to help you drive more pipeline and opportunities.
This is cool. I've seen this. AI bots that can make calls for you. I think there is a market for this. I think I'd actually like to implement this into my own business. But I tell you what, listening to the AI will never, well, at this stage, does not deliver the same as a human being. A human being on the phone can build a real relationship, actually have genuine reactions, genuine differences in emotion and tone, which the AI doesn't have. The AI knows how to make a certain response, but you can tell with that limited tonality, no change of expression or emotion, people don't relate to that. So an AI will never be able to book appointments or make a better call than a human being at this stage. All right, next one.
Some real estate guy, I mean, they get your number from somewhere, rings me up Saturday morning, I don't even know him. You know, good morning, this is Alex from Rich Red Real Estate. How are you today? Oh, yeah, good, mate. I'm just having my toast. What do you want? Just letting you know we sold number 45 in your street for 500,000. Oh, woo!
I must have called Carl Barron because that was like the main reason for my call for a cold call every time. That's classic. And easy to pay out on real estate agents for doing that. But important to know that these sorts of calls are actually really important because that's how you build a relationship with someone in your area. So it is funny, but it's necessary to be done. Next one. Oh, Grant Cardone.
My name is Joshua Lively. I'm a professional selling and entrepreneurship sailor at Baylor University.
Yeah, I'm not interested, man. That's where it's going to end right there. You got to be like, hey, I'm Joshua. I'm calling from Baylor. I would definitely add Baylor. It's stronger than your name is. The reason I'm calling, you need to tell a guy, why am I listening to you right now? And then go for the hook.
My name is Joshua. I'm from Baylor University. I'd like to tell you how I can make your business money. I don't know what to sell.
You need a hook. Hey, the reason I'm calling, Mr. Cardone, is I saw that you just closed this deal. By the way, congratulations. I'm going to be in Miami. Can I come by and get 30 seconds from you in an interview?
I'm not a massive fan of Grant Cardone, personally. I think he's a bit of a shit spinner, but he is very good at cold call style sales. And I reckon he just gave some really good advice on the cold call there. You know, he mentioned fixing the name part, the introduction to the call. He didn't mention an icebreaker like I usually love to do, like hit them with something that's going to get a reaction. But you've got to have a reason for your call and then a hook or an offer. So really good advice from Grant Cardone in that one. All right, on to the next one.
Hey, Robert.
That's me.
Hey, it's Stephanie. How's it going?
Good. Stephanie who?
Kabides. I don't believe we met before. I know this is kind of out of the blue, so my apologies for that. But I just had a quick question for you.
First off, on the call, being super polite. So apologizing for wasting the time. Or the other thing I like to do instead of apologizing, because automatically that's giving a negative tone to the call, instead I would just thank them for their time, because that's more of a positive thing. It's also very polite and showing them that you respect their time. By apologizing to them, you're kind of admitting to them that you're wasting their time. But she's very polite and a good demeanor, so let's keep going.
I was out near Laurel Ridge Road and was just curious if you guys ever thought about selling that land you had out there.
Nope, never thought about it, never will.
I got you. No, that's all good. I just figured I'd give you a call. And did you by chance have any other pieces of land or properties you were thinking of selling?
We can sell you the 3 apartments out there if you want for $4 million.
Where is that at?
On Laurel Ridge Road.
Let me see.
You got 3 apartments that we would certainly sell, and we'll even hold financing on it if you wanted.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Go like, and that is classic kind of stuff that can happen from a cold call, where this lady was calling up to inquire if the owner would be interested in selling their block of land, although I wouldn't usually go straight into asking if they want to sell their land, but whatever. And what happened for the outcome of that call is that the customer actually said, oh, well, I've got these other things if you're interested. So that's the thing, is the more calls you make and the more people you talk to, sometimes an opportunity will just come out of that, and more often than you would think. That's why the more calls you make, the more success you're going to have, because the harder you work, the luckier you'll get. Another one. Here we go. I love these.
I've owned over 2,000 pieces of real estate in my life. Okay. I've got several $100 million worth of real estate today. One thing I know for sure is if you tell me the renters are going to pay the payments for you, that tells me you've never managed rental property. That tells me you've never done it. That's 100%. You are a novice at best, an idiot at worst.
I think where he's going with this, Dave Ramsey, I've seen some of his content. He is quite a well-off dude with a lot of property, and I like a lot of his content. He's very raw and real, and gets down to like the true side of property ownership. I think what he's trying to say here is that if you get a rental property, don't expect it to always go right, because you may not have tenants if you can't rent it. You may have tenants that don't pay the rent. You may have a dispute with your tenants. There's so many things that can go wrong, so you can't just rent a property out and expect that you're going to get 52 weeks of rent and count on that. You have to have some, like a bit of leeway or a gap in what you expect to happen. So let's see where he goes with it.
And I mean, that's the truth, because anybody who's ever had a renter or been a renter, and I have both, I've been a renter too, it knows that sometimes renters don't pay. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's cancer. Sometimes there's car wrecks and job loss. Sometimes there's a pandemic. Sometimes ... It's, as if there's a perfect stream of every month the rent is going to come on time or early, and you can pay your stupid little payment. And that's the most ridiculous assumption, which indicates a lack of experience or knowledge of how rental property really works.
I don't know if it's that ridiculous. I mean, most people are going to make their predictions on the rent that comes in, but what he's saying is important. You should, when you're making calculations of your repayments, is maybe add another 4 weeks or 8 weeks on in case of emergency situations like getting sick, not getting paid for a little while, losing a job, tenants not paying, things like that. So good advice, but he's going pretty extreme on it. All right, here we go on the next one.
Fred, this is Jordan. You're probably going to hate me because this is a cold call, so would you like to hang up now and fire me?
I like this. I always go on about an icebreaker on a cold call, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's catching the person off guard, and he's not making the call in the usual direction of what a cold call is to get the guard up from someone. He's taking them off guard, which is awesome. So let's see how this works out for him.
Or could I steal a second of your time quickly?
Jordan, I'm in the car. What do you got for me?
Beautiful. See that reaction? Because he made it funny, he made it interesting, he caught the person off guard, got them to laugh. If you can do that at the beginning of the cold call, the amount of success you will have will be tenfold. Other effective icebreakers that I like to use is kind of pretending that I already know the person. It really catches them off guard. So if I already know the person's name that I'm calling, which I usually do, because in real estate we have lists of people who own property. So when you call them up, let's say the guy's name is Brad. When he answers the phone, I'll just respond as though I already know him, and then it catches him off guard. So if Brad answered the phone and said, "Hi, Brad speaking," I would say, "Brad, oh my God, it's been so long. I'm so glad I caught you." And then Brad instantly thinks, "Oh, do I know this person?" He'll say, "Who is this?" And I'll say, "Well, it's Dan Lee from Plum Property." And of course, I don't know Brad, but just implying that I do catches him off guard, and then he might have to rack his brains to find out, when did I meet this guy? Who is he? He might just go along and pretend that he does know me, but in any case, it gives me a chance to engage. And at some point during the call, I'll usually let them know that we've actually never met. But by that time, I've already engaged in the conversation. So that's a great icebreaker I like to use. All right, that's it. So that's all the reactions for today. I like doing that. I like watching some good vids and giving my point of view. It's a bit of fun. And if you've got any other vids that you would like to share that I could do this on a future episode, please do. I would love to see them. Send them through Instagram, Dan_Lee_Plum, or TikTok or Facebook or whatever. I get it all. But it's been a pleasure having you here. listening and joining. Give us a like or a share or a 5-star review if you want to be an absolute legend, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning into the Get Keen podcast. If today's episode inspired you, please show your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And make sure you subscribe on your favorite platform too. Don't stop there. Join our community of forward thinkers by connecting with me on social media at Dan_Lee_Plum. I'm looking forward to exploring more strategies and insights with you on your journey to the top. Until next time, keep getting keen.